coming from behind. It's going to take out that Reaver force. Does not manage to even get a last Scarab off. However, G5 has amassed a large army back here of more Archons. I'm not sure if any of those are hallucinated or anything like that. He's going to come in here, and this is really not really necessary to do this. Since this base isn't really mining anything, really his target needs to be this base right here, or this new bottom left base. And look, this more Zerglings streaming out. I don't know how the Machine is managing to get all this money without any real income. But, well, I guess he is. I mean, he has been mining pretty steadily at 2 bases. And that's a pretty decent amount to get a number of forces out. So, wow. And G5 still just mining at this bottom left base he's managed to get. And somehow, wow, somehow a bunch of Ultras got in there. I didn't realize that he'd actually continued his attack down in here. These Reavers are just stuck in a nice little notch, though. And it's going to be really difficult to Ultras to get in there. But a couple of Ultras working away on this Nexus now are going to maybe deprive him of one of his gas mines. Actually, this one might not be depleted. Yeah, it is depleted. Okay. Those depleted mines. And attacking with those cracklings underneath Swarm over here. Whoa! Mass hallucination! Mass hallucination! And then morphing. And really, this is just a stall tactic because these hallucinations aren't going to be able to actually do any damage, but they are going to. They do have the hit points to burn, and Stasis going down on Ultras as well. Can Machine hold this choke though? If he holds this choke, I think he actually is probably going to win the game, because then he'll be able to keep those mining bases there. Now the real Archons, I believe, are actually in the mix. They've finished morphing. Let's see, he's got at least 3 real Archons and a few hallucinations as well. Plague going down is going to destroy the hallucinated Archons. And wow, so some more Zealots though coming out to reinforce, and really, yeah, he's just got the minerals right now. He can't really afford a lot of high-tech units at this point. He's having to spend money on Reavers to defend these bases from Ultras, and so he hasn't had the gas really to spend on other miscellaneous units. And it appears he's lost his Arbiter somewhere along the way as well, I believe. Look at the minimap. Tons of white forces streaming into this army, streaming into this, into the, oh, there's his Arbiter, coming in with Dark Templar, gonna pick off that Nexus, I'm sorry, Hatchery, but I believe this army is gonna get cleaned up. No! Maelstrom on those Ultras keeps them there long enough for a couple Scarabs to get off on them, and the Archons can clean up. And Stasis Ultralists from behind are going to thin out Machine's army, so he can't quite focus his entire army on this force as well. So Machine kept just to these 2 bases. One of them is about to be depleted. The other one is getting close as well. And again, Machine still without very much of a bank to work with. And Machine, G5 that rather, has at least a few thousand minerals in the bank to work with, even though he doesn't have a ton of gas right now. So this game is going to come down to the wire, and it's going to come down to this expansion. If one player can control this expansion, I believe it's going to be the key to victory for them, because it doesn't look like either can really completely take the other out. I don't think that Machine will be able to take out this base with the Reavers around, although it looks like there's actually only 2 left now, and I don't think that it doesn't appear that Machine will be able to break in here either. He's tried a couple times, and it's just that choke is just too hard. Machine... Wow, so G5 now has controlled this base, but he doesn't have a Nexus there. And some drones coming out here. I'm not sure if those may have been the drones that he had. Yeah, I think those were the drones that he had kind of in the back of his base. He's going to try and start distance mining if he can take control of this base. He is going to run his drones in there, and one drone makes it off with 8 minerals with its life so far. Is it going to be able to make it all the way back to base? The situation's unsure. Almost dies, but it looks like Machine's going to just, I'm sorry, G5's going to just fall back and just try and hold this position rather than try and move out. A lot of forces coming in here, though, and now he has some Hydralisks in the mix. Those are going to be perfect for picking off Reavers, and some Cracklings as well. Full upgrades, by the way. Everyone has completely full upgrades on everything, so that's not too much of an issue. Here he moves in. Now G5 moving in with his probes to try and mine this position, because he's mined out that base there. Coming in with the Hydralisk. He's going to pick off one Reaver. A second Reaver is still in play. It's going to go... Oh, the Scarabs are going to dud because he's in such a weird position. And this Reaver pops out just in time to die. and more stasis going down on this group of Hydralisks to protect the probes falling back with these minerals. G5, his mineral reserves are almost depleted now. He's down to just 1,500 minerals, and he is not really mining. So, Machine is the only one that's really mining right now. He doesn't have a whole lot. Oh, excuse me. Actually, Machine never upgraded the range. And look at these stasis units squirming around. That was weird. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. He did upgrade it. I guess it's just I saw the drones had 0 attack upgrade on their spines. So I guess drones don't get attack upgrades, which makes sense. Anyway. Wow, the battle continues over this bottom left location, and basically with what Machine has in these mineral patches and what G5 has in his mineral reserves are basically even. So they basically have the same amount of money to work with for the rest of the game, except for this base right here. If someone can secure this base, they'll have a few thousand minerals more than the other to spend for the rest of the game, and that will be all it will take to win the game here. And here come the drones! He's going to try to run in here and get some distance mining going on. He feels that he has enough of a situation. He may even he's going to consume a drone even. What is he going to do to try and plague these units? Yes, he's going to put another plague down, make those Reavers even more vulnerable. Oh! Needs to be careful of those drones. If those drones get popped with those Reavers, it's going to be bad. Wow, Storm going off, actually going to kill off the Reavers. Those Reavers were pretty much dead anyways. I think actually it may have been the Ling Fire. But either way, very, very close. And he was going in for another plague on these Zealots, which are at full health. Nice plague. He did do a decent job. And when it comes down to these last moments with these clutch games with just only a few things left, it comes down to spellcasters. And, whoa, G5 coming in there and storming a lot of stuff, but one lurker still remains. He does have an observer, though, and some of the drones have gotten away with some minerals. Still distance mining though, but it looks like G5 is going to retake this location. Despite the plagues, he just didn't quite have the units to back it up. And here's those units right now. These are the units that he needs. He may, in fact, with those units being plagued, he may be able to... That may be enough. Oh! Takes out the observer. Takes out the observer. And G5 is just running on empty now. He has 500 minerals left. He's trying to distance mine. They're basically trading this location back and forth. Trying to distance mine and take those minerals and take that location, but now Machine completely mined out though, and that is so. This is his last force. If he cannot basically take out this force and do a lot of it, he moves in. Oh, he's attacking with the drones. One Scarab pops them all. Oh no, fail. So now he doesn't even have any drones left, and I see what he was doing. He tried to soak up the damage with the drones and try to go in for an attack, but it was a little bit miscalculated. Okay, he does have a few more drones here, actually, but G5 now has control of this situation, control of this location. He's still got a few minerals left. He's still producing some units, so it looks like G5 is barely going to be able to scrape out a win here. All those probes getting taken down by this flank attack here, and looks like Machine has just decided to circumvent that base altogether and pick off the probes because he knew there was no nexus there. Now he's coming in from the other side, coming from both sides. Lings on one side, Lings and a couple Hydras on the other. This is it. This is last ditch. He needs to take this out. Storm going off, almost killing the last few Hydras. More Lings coming in from the other side, but Lings just no match for Archons and Reavers and Zealots. Almost were a match. A single Ultralist manages to get in play as well. But that was all the money they had. And the Archon barely surviving, the Zealots surviving, and critically, still some probes surviving. And Machine just with not any money left. He's still just got this one Ultralist, 2 Zerglings, and some drones. He's going to try and run in here and protect those drones with a couple Zerglings and his one Ultralist. These units are badly damaged, but no, the Archon has enough shields left on it that I don't think it's going to matter. He's going to try and surround it with drones, but it's just got too much armor for the drones to do any damage. And Scarab's going to finish them off. Machine GG's. Wow. What a close game, and it came down to the last few units there. In the end, really Machine, he let G5 have too many bases early on, and G5 mined them out a little bit quicker, but had so many reserves in the bank that even though Machine had a little bit of an advantage and was winning the most of the battles, G5 just had too much money in reserve and was able to pump out enough units to really hold off Machine from that last base just long enough. Wow. So GG, great game, and again, just mad props to both Machine and G5. Both great guys, both fun to talk to, and both excellent players. I apologize again for my failure at observing. I'm not the best observer, but I think I caught most of the action, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks very much. Take care, and GG again.